A last lap. Jarrett's got second place Buddy Baker for company. But Baker's too many laps behind to worry about. There's Ned Jarrett taking the checkered flag in the 16th Southern 500. Let me tell you something. One of these days, I'm going to make my crew as happy as that.
Everyone's ready with a caution guaranteeing no change in position on the track. Is only a few turns away from being the first USAC driver ever to win the NASCAR-sponsored 500. And he takes the checker under the yellow with Lorenzen second, James Hilton third, Tiny Lund fourth.
A.J. Foyt has the lead in the final laps. He takes the white flag, and the next time around, the checkers.
Go all the way. The white flag. If he can make one more lap, he's got the big one. Here he is out of the fourth turn onto the tri-oval and screams his Dodge Charger under the checkered flag. Buddy Baker wins the Charlotte World 600.
No more than 90 miles an hour. It's hard to believe the first race run in 1950 was won at an average speed of 76 miles an hour. Yarborough's winning speed, 134 miles an hour. A new record.
In this one, he'll get the next one. After all, it's only money. By the time the final lap comes up, Cale Yarborough has about a 3-second lead over second place Richard Petty. David Pearson has to settle for third, Benny Parsons fourth, and Bobby Allison, who had some transmission troubles, takes home the fifth place money.
2 years ago, they were the mechanics on Bobby Allison's winning car. Yarborough Chevy is running like a watch, even though he nearly hung it on the wall hundreds of miles ago when he spun to avoid Allison and Patch on the third turn. This track has been good to Yarborough, but he'd probably agree with Bobby Allison, who said, "You never can figure it out. There's something mysterious about this track. One time it's good to you, other times it's like your mother whipping you." The checkered flag waves as Cale Yarborough wins the 25th running of the Southern 500.
Cale screams his Chevy under the white flag. One more lap, and this one goes in the history books. Comes, and the checkered flag snaps down on Cale Yarborough, winner of the 10th annual Carolina 500.
The white flag, one more lap. Benny Parsons is trying desperately, but Cale's car seems smoother and stronger down every foot of the racetrack. Buddy Baker in the Ford 15 is running third. Another Chevy 14, Cuckoo Marlin, is fourth. Parsons can't do it as Cale Yarborough comes screaming down off the fourth turn to put his Holly Farm Chevy 11 in the record books as the winner of the 19th annual Daytona 500.
And it comes down to a two-car shootout between Buddy Baker, 1976 winner of this event, hasn't won since, and Cale Yarborough looking for his 51st victory today, seeking his first win at the Alabama International Motor Speedway in the back straightaway. Last time around, speed at over 190 miles per hour. A.J. Foyt's red car is in third, a lap down. And Skip Manning has appropriated fourth with that high attrition rate at the end of the race. And Manning is trying for third on the inside. Here they are in turn three, headed for four. Baker in front. In second, that white car. That is Cale Yarborough, and he drops to the inside. Headed to the tri-oval, side by side. A.J. Foyt comes high. It is Cale Yarborough breaking in front. Yarborough pulling away by 8 car lengths. Cale Yarborough will win the Alabama 500.
Just before the yellow flag came down, has brought himself back into contention. The man who's trying to go for his third straight NASCAR championship. And now he's on his very last lap as he's going around this racetrack. They've had the white flag, the car number 11 there being driven by Cale Yarborough. Tremendously consistent for the last 2 years. Second place back there, you've got David Pearson in second place, and the battle for third is the one that we've got to look at. There we see the battle right now. with Benny Parsons. He's right now in third position. With number 2 is Dave Marquez.
So Cale Yarborough into turn 3. He'll come around turn 4 and take the checkered flag. And as Jackie said, winning his third NASCAR Grand National title, something nobody in the history of NASCAR has done. He's the point leader this season, and he'll pick up several more here today. David...
Signaling 1 more lap to go. 32 more seconds. 4 more left turns to complete 367 laps. Although Waltrip's close to within 5 seconds, Yarborough's going to win this race if he keeps it running another half lap. Yarborough's winning game plan was simple. Stay out of trouble in the early laps. Race with men you can trust. Give everybody else a lot of room. Make your pit stop a little faster than the next man. And always use your head. And there's the checkered flag for Cale Yarborough. It's 4 hours, 17 minutes since the green flag waved.
Around on his victory lap. He's in front of Mike Joy.
Yarborough swings to the inside of the dog leg, and the engine sputters and pops about 4 or 5 times going into turn 1. He brings it up high, up near the wall in turn number 2, chases down Buddy Arrington off the turn. He'll overlap Buddy before they get to turn 3.
It's going to be Cale Yarborough moving to the outside retaining wall as he works his way by Buddy Arrington of Martinsville, Virginia. Cale right now again pointing the car to the high side. It floats to the outside groove. He brings it back down and looks ahead to the checker flag.
The Busch Beer livery is on their feet as Cale Yarborough sticks his hand out the window and acknowledges the checkered flag in this Napa National 500.
It's going to be quite the afternoon. White flag here for Walter. His final lap around this 1-mile track in Rockingham. Let's follow it around. Darrell Waltrip started this race in 4th position beside Richard Petty in the 2nd row. Unfortunately, he did have to stop for fuel in the late stages of the race, giving the lead to Darrell Waltrip. And Waltrip now is about to win. There is Richard Petty, who is running in 3rd position.
It's been the lucky weeks. Last week winning at Richmond and right here at Rockingham.
Darrell Waltrip
wins again, makes it 2 in a row.
Back to the green flag. The green flag is out. Less than 2.5 miles to go in this Pocono 500 as Richard Petty pulls out a lead. 1 lap to go to the finish. This will be a sprint. Petty is out in front right now, but the field is charging on. Cale Yarborough sitting right behind Petty. Waltrip sitting right behind Yarborough. The crowd certainly thinks that this is a battle for the lead as Yarborough puts a nose and then a full length of car ahead of Petty. 1 set of scoring charts shows Yarborough in the lead. 1 set shows him 1 lap down, so some confusion. Now Darrell Waltrip pulls alongside Petty. It is Yarborough out in front. Waltrip making a challenge alongside Petty. That could be a challenge for the lead. There is still some question whether 27 or 11 is actually in the lead. Now Yarborough brings it down to the line. Cale Yarborough is leading Darrell Waltrip. The crowd is cheering. They're cheering for Waltrip. They're cheering for Yarborough as Yarborough comes through the last turn and heads for the checkered flag. But who is actually the victor of this race? Here comes Yarborough, the checkered flag being given to Yarborough. Waltrip right behind him, but still a question mark. Which one of these 2 cars has won the Pocono?
Lap to go in 2nd place. And Darrell Waltrip eases back on the throttle. He can coast to a finish now. He doesn't want any problems with less than 1.5 miles to go. A 500 hard-fought miles for Darrell Waltrip. But Ricky Rudd at number 88 now leading Bobby Allison. This is the position that Allison certainly wants. He wants to sit in 3rd place so he can try and slingshot to the finish. Here's Darrell Waltrip. 2 turns to go. Now cruising through the 4th turn and points for the main straightaway. The battle continues for 2nd. Darrell Waltrip heads for the checkered flag. And Darrell Waltrip wins the Charlotte 500. Now,
Petty with Cale Yarborough still in the thick of things, currently 3rd. All 3 drivers running roughly the same groove. We're not seeing that very sharp difference that we did earlier in the race when Earnhardt was running so high. As they move up on the slower traffic right now, and Petty still with the lead. Waltrip starting to move down toward the inside, and the yellow light has come out. So they will race under green conditions to the start-finish line, and then we will be under the yellow. It is still Petty barely leading, but Waltrip is going to make his move on the inside with Cale 3rd. They are side by side as, again, they start to move into slower traffic. And as they cross the start-finish line, I think it's
too close to call, Sam.
I think it is.
3 laps to go. Darrell Waltrip behind the pace car, going at about 40 miles an hour, comes off of the 4th turn and receives the checkered flag from Harold Kinder, and Darrell Waltrip has won the Northwestern Bank 400 from North Wilkesboro.
Monte's got to try something. When will he do it, and what will Kyle Petty attempt?
The crowd has been on its feet for several laps, each individual rooting for his particular driver. We are on the final lap of the Winston 500. They're in the 2nd turn, headed for the backstretch. Benny Parsons goes to the inside of the racetrack. Darrell Waltrip moves to the outside of him. Terry Labonte tucked right in behind Darrell Waltrip. Now the car's down the 4,000-foot backstretch into the 33-degree banking of turn number 3. Darrell Waltrip has moved in the lead. Terry Labonte has moved into 2nd position with Benny Parsons riding right beside him. Kyle Petty in 4th. Here they come off of the 4th turn.
Parsons is frozen. He can't move.
Onto the tri-oval, and this is going to be the checkered flag. Here comes Darrell Waltrip. Labonte tried to make a move, but he cannot do it. Darrell Waltrip wins the Winston 500.
Out of turn number 4, the white flag is extended. Waltrip is in front. Baker is in 2nd. And here comes Cale Yarborough on the outside. Yarborough beginning to roll. Remember those great Talladega finishes time after time. Remember the very first race, 1969, it was about 3 feet that decided it. They switch and slide, moving for spots. Terry Labonte stays right in the middle. Yarborough almost touches him. 4 deep and pulling away as they get side by side. 2 automobiles. Baker and Waltrip get a little bit of breathing room. Petty goes into 3rd spot. Here they come. Last time to 3 and 4. Baker in that 2nd spot. Waltrip in the lead. Can he stay there? Down they come. Crowd is up. 92,000 strong. Charging toward the finish line. Waltrip is there. Here comes Baker's move. They're 600 feet away from the line. Baker goes to the inside. Waltrip has won it.
Here comes Darrell off of the 4th turn, and the white flag is being displayed. 1 more lap to go. Darrell Waltrip is less than 5/8 of a mile from victory. Waltrip now out of turn number 2, down the backstretch. Waltrip now into turn number 3 is going to be able to coast to victory from this point, and for the 10th time this year, Darrell Waltrip wins a Grand National race. He sticks his left hand outside of the car and salutes as he comes down the straightaway.
Head to head. But on the final pit stop, Allison pushes too hard and spins coming off pit road. That costly error was all that Waltrip needed to log his 12th victory of the 1982 season.
You know, there was no breathing room all day long until the very end, and that's just circumstances.
We'll have some celebration there in the hills of North Carolina tonight.
And Darrell Waltrip receives the white flag. This is the last lap. Darrell Waltrip moving to the high side of Sterling Marlin from Columbia, Tennessee, one of the candidates for Rookie of the Year. And Darrell Waltrip now setting his car into turn number 3. Now turn number 4 off of it onto the main straightaway. And Darrell Waltrip has done it. He has won his first Grand National.
The car behind him is at least 2 laps down. There is nobody on the same lap, and we are in the final 4 turns of this race. Darrell Waltrip needs only complete 1 more circuit on the last lap. Darrell Waltrip right now, I would imagine, just holding his breath, as anybody would, looking to the flag stand for the checkered flag. And he's got it. Darrell Waltrip wins the Marty Robbins.
Miraculously clean and unscathed compared to some of the other cars that are still in competition out there. The white comes out, and it's 1 more lap for Darrell Waltrip.
A sigh of relief. That was the one he wanted to get by. The one 2 laps in the finish. Now he's behind Jimmy Means, and Clark Dwyer swings that car to the outside, going down the back stretch. Car number 3 hits the brakes for the last time, keeps it right in the middle of the racing lane, which is right down and almost to the apron. Lets it slide up and looks for 4.
Darrell Waltrip out of turn number 4 onto the straightaway, and the checkered flag falls. Darrell Waltrip has won the Trans-South 500. Terry Labonte finishes in 2nd position, about 3 seconds.
On his teammate. And we've got a bad crash on the back straightaway. 3 cars into the wall coming out of turn number 2. Well back from the leaders. Coming around for a white flag and a white and a caution. It's over. 88 Rusty Wallace has crashed. 88 Wallace has crashed. We'll try to have you take a look at it in a replay. Here he comes. Caution is out. Number 88, Wallace, finishing up in a blaze of sparks, and a car on fire. It is car number 22. Allison's car coming down for the finish. The winner is going to be car number 11 will win it. 12 pulled up beside him, but they were under caution. Richard Petty is crashing, coming down to turn number 4. Richard Petty has just spun and looped it, and his car lies right in the center of the track. An incredible finish.
Oh, Kyle Petty just missed it. Oh, he spins and his
Kyle Petty has crashed the main straightaway trying to miss his father. The whole track must be covered with metal and debris. Here's Bobby Allison backing down on pit road across the line. Car number 22, there is Bobby Allison. You see him on pit road backing across the stripe, still backing. Well, I've seen a lot of finishes in a lot of years, and I have never, ever seen anything like this.
Bottom of the corners, particularly in 1 and 2. That may be Terry's last chance. Here comes Darrell through the tri-oval.
Harold Kinder waves the white flag. We have a car smoking very badly in turn number 1. You can see the smoke there. That is Jody Ridley. He's already been given the black flag. It probably will not bring out a caution for the last lap. Even if it does, the guys will race toward the checkered flag, and we're going to determine a winner here. There is Jody Ridley smoking badly at the end of the backstretch. Now the leaders approach the end of the backstretch with Darrell Waltrip being able to put a little bit of real estate between himself and Terry Labonte. They set their cars into turn number 3. 2 more turns to go before this Champions Park Plug 400 is history. Darrell Waltrip leads Terry Labonte off of turn number 4. The smoke from Jody.
Oh, Labonte in trouble almost.
He's sliding to the inside, but manages to regain control, and Darrell Waltrip wins the race. Labonte second.
Earnhardt Auto, Kannapolis, North Carolina. Here's the white flag. Got to be a big smile on your face about this time.
Man, you know, we overcame the problems that we had late in the race, and we had dominated all day, and it's just exciting when your crew does a good job, the car runs well, and you come off this 4th turn right here. Sigh of big relief. Think about calling the bank at home and saying, I'll be home with the money, guys.
Darrell Waltrip picks up the checkered flags, and Darrell Waltrip and the Junior Johnson team become victorious at Richmond, Virginia, and the Richmond
Waltrip rounds off the corner. White flag, 1 lap to go for Waltrip to put the 6th notch in his gun for the 1984 season.
Darrell has had a pretty good year. You know, he's a couple hundred points behind in the championship, but 6 victories, you can't really say anything bad about that, Mike.
Waltrip into turn number 3 for the final time. Won't try to make the move on Baker. Here comes Ronnie Thomas as they move up on Doug Hebron.
He just passed the great Darrell Waltrip coming off the 4th corner for the checkered flag.
Waltrip wins the Goodies 500.
This one so many times as he takes the white flag. He has 1 more lap to go. Darrell Waltrip with 7 wins, all of course coming in the last decade. He now moves to the inside of Dick Brooks. Going down the backstretch, he decides to kind of hold forth there. He can see Harry again in his mirror. Harry can come right up and tap Darrell in the back bumper. Waltrip knows he's got the line. Out of turn number 4, racing down the end of the checkered flag, and Waltrip has win number 7. Gann is second. Allison holds on.
Back to the start-finish line. White flag for Waltrip. He's seeking to win his first Winston Cup race of the 1985 season. And on pit road, Earnhardt had to get a push to get going. Now he's away. He'll be the 4th place car, perhaps even 5th to Labonte. Back straightaway, and Waltrip is still at full song, tracking down Bobby Allison. Either one of these cars could run out of gas here and coast to the finish.
Absolutely. Darrell Waltrip's going to win this race.
Here's Waltrip under Allison. Doesn't make the move as they come off turn number 4. And nearly 150,000 race fans are on their feet. Waltrip has the gas. He goes the distance and wins the World 600. His first white flag. 1 lap to go. Labonte is now a car length back of Waltrip, whose car is glued to the bottom of the racetrack.
It looks like the race traffic's far enough ahead of Darrell that it's not going to be come into play before he can get the checkered flag.
Off turn 4 for the final time. Darrell Waltrip comes down the front straightaway. Harold Kinder drops the checkered flag, and Waltrip scores his 2nd victory.
Flag is out on the leaders. Final moments for Darrell Waltrip to win it this afternoon. Jeff Bodine and Bill Elliott. Bill Elliott, for the moment, seems to pick up a little bit of steam. He came out on number 4, and that car just laid sideways for about 400 feet, and you can see him go almost down to the grass to try to get it back. Coming around to take the checkered flag this afternoon. Give win number 3 of the 1985 season to Darrell Waltrip.
2 laps remain of the Budweiser 400. Tim Richmond about number 6, bumper to bumper. It looks as if Richmond has opened up a little bit, but the lap car coming up, that could play a role in the next couple of feet. Look at this. Big problems in turn number 9. It is J.D. McDuffie, Harry Gett, and Michael Waltrip. And oh, Lord, in turn number 1, Terry Labonte has driven through a concrete wall. We'll get back to that in a moment, but let's not forget that caution will come out, but the leaders will race to the flag. So down the back straightaway they come. It's still a race for these guys. There is Darrell Waltrip's wife, Stevie, very concerned. They're going to come around turn 9 and race to this flag. Let's see what happens. It is Tim Richmond with the advantage. Darrell Waltrip, this race will undoubtedly finish under yellow. So this is the last lap. Richmond got down a little bit too low. Richmond now with both inside wheels off into the dirt. Now he goes a little high. That's going to open the door for Darrell Waltrip. Sideways is Richmond. Look at this. This will be the finish of the race. It is Darrell Waltrip. You know that yellow is going to stay out. Look at Jimmy Johnson's crew. An incredible move. What a fast
flag is being displayed by Harold Kinder, and Darrell Waltrip has one more lap to go. His advantage on Terry Labonte more than 8 seconds. He can coast home from here. He sets the car into turn number 3 on the high side of Mike Waltrip, his brother, and here they come off the 4th corner. It's Darrell Waltrip winning the Push 500.
Comes down this time to accept the white flag from Harold Kinder. Darrell Waltrip underneath the acknowledgments of the fans here at North Wilkesboro. He comes out at turn number 2, down the backstretch. Waltrip going into turn number 3 on this 5/8 mile semi-banked oval, looking for his 3rd win of 1986. Darrell Waltrip coming down to collect win number 70, and Jeff Bodine as a 2nd place.
Number 7, he will come down, Bob, and get the checkers.
And here it is. Labonte receives the checkered flag, and Terry Labonte wins his first.
Tire with a very slow lead. And the white flag comes out for Terry Labonte.
Terry Labonte, originally from Corpus Christi, Texas, now from Archdale, North Carolina, is on the last lap of this First Union 400. Down the backstretch, Labonte in the Budweiser Chevrolet, prepared by Junior Johnson, whose place is just down the road. Labonte off of corner number 4. The checkered flag drops, and Terry Labonte wins his 8th Winston Cup race.
The white flag falls on the leader, Terry Labonte, in the Miller High Life 500 here at Pocono. He has now run 497 and a half of those 500 miles, and it should be a cakewalk home for the man who came out of Texas, became a stock car racer, moved to the Southeast, joined the Johnson team, actually won that Winston Cup championship back in 1984, and now maybe going a new direction in 1990 as Winston Cup stock car racing continues to grow and bloom all around the nation. Harry Gant, the old veteran, coming out of the Grand National ranks, trailing in 2nd spot, but unable to mount a challenge here on their final pass down the backstretch and through the tunnel turn. There is Gant, interval steady, ran close, could not find the leader, and as now Terry Labonte works his way down through the final corner. It is all his to win, and a sellout crowd is on its feet. The Ford fans glory, the Junior Johnson fans cheer. Terry Labonte has won the
white flag is down. Here we go to the side. The 21st annual Die Hard 500, Ford and Chevrolet in that ongoing confrontation. Ford out in front, the Junior Johnson car. Terry Labonte out of Texas. Darrell Waltrip looking for his 78th win, stays right there with him.
I think he'll try to make the move between turns 3 and 4 if he has enough. Let's see if he does. Terry Labonte's going to use that low line.
Pulls away a little.
Halfway around. Darrell Waltrip perhaps backed off to try to build some momentum. As he comes off of turn 4, he's going to try to build enough momentum to grab past him.
Closing. Waltrip moving up as they hit the tri-oval. Coming down. Terry Labonte in front. Waltrip looking for room, about 1,000 feet to go. To the inside comes Waltrip. He's there. They're almost side by side. To the line. Terry Labonte will win for the Junior Johnson crew.
Kinder has it in hand. Here it is. One more lap to go for Jeff Bodine, and he'll win the Haynes Activewear 500.
Bodine looking for Winston Cup win number 8 and his first victory since October of last year when he won on the short track at North Wilkesboro. He's got his hand in the air waving to people even though he's not finished the race yet. Here he is off the fourth corner, and Jeff Bodine from Chemung, New York wins the Haynes Active Wear 500 at Martinsville. Junior Johnson's car brings home a victory. The flag and the white flag wave simultaneously. One more lap to go. Jeff Bodine has the lead as they head into turn number 1. He has a car between himself and second place here again. That is Dick Trickle in car number 66.
But does he have enough gas to get back to the start-finish line at full speed?
That is the question that we will answer in about 45 seconds. Down the long pond straightaway, 3,055 feet in length. Headed for turn number 2 with 8 degrees of banking. And Harry Gant is out of fuel. Harry Gant is out of gas, and he will not finish second. Bill Elliott now finds himself in the runner-up spot. There is Gant out of fuel off the second corner, and everybody else passing him by. It appears to be in good shape, however, for Jeff Bodine as he remains on the throttle, and the car appears to have enough gas that carries him to the checkered flag. Here he comes off corner number 3. He indeed will win the AC Spark Plug 500. Jeff Bodine wins. There it is. One more circuit at this point. 5-6-mile track. Jeff Bodine, third in points. There is the battle for third position on the racetrack. As Mark Martin is holding off Brent Bodine at the moment. This will be the third win of 1994, Jeff Bodine. Here he comes off of corner number 4. The white flag is awaiting him, and he takes the checkered flag for the third win.
Out here this afternoon. And apparently Tim Brewer is a master player. White flag coming out and 1 remaining.
If it'll make it down the back straightaway, and the straightaway is where it's going to run out of fuel. If it'll make it down the straightaway, it's going to pick up some more in the corner. He can get there. If he can just get to the end of the back straightaway, he can get that last outside of it.
You can pack up that Sears Craftsman kit and give it to Tim Brewer, that crew chief on that car. It's some savvy move, but we can hang together here. He's going to bring him home and give Bodine his first victory of 1991. It's going to happen at the Mellow Yellow 500. The checkers are out, and the winner is Bodine.
Must be fuel or something for him to stop this late. 1 to go. 1 to go, and he had to come in for fuel. And nobody's there. They don't have it. Now they found some. They weren't expecting it because, I mean, when he came down pit road, they were looking for a fuel can.
They don't know what he wants. There it is. It's a little gas and a little ether in the carburetor. And here comes Bill Elliott, poised to win his first race for Junior Johnson in the Budweiser Ford. Takes home the laurels and the winner's share of the Goodwrench 500.
Back in the main straightaway. Made it up that time.
White flag in right now.
1 lap to go. This is for everything. It's Bill Elliott from Dawsonville, Georgia on the outside. Wisconsin's Alan Kowicki on the inside. Side by side down the back straightaway. Even as they go to turn 3. Kowicki there. Elliott pulls a little ahead on the outside. Driving for the finish. Here comes Kowicki up on the bottom of the racetrack. Kowicki going for all of it. They touch and across the line. It's Elliott. Bill Elliott has done it by about a foot.
Just a little bit more because there's a big pack of cars right direct in front of him. White flag.
1.5 miles to go, the 500 miles for Bill Elliott. As with a strong lead, he goes into the first and second turn and is on his way to making it 3 in a row. Gant runs alone in second place as he flashes across the line. But Bill is definitely awesome today. He's won 3 of 4 races if he can only make it to the checkered flag.
He comes off number 4 turn, Paul. He can slide the rest of the way.
And here comes Bill Elliott. 3 in a row as Elliott wins on his hometown track.
Here's the white flag for Bill Elliott. 1 more lap to go.
How about since the North Wilkesboro run? Dale Earnhardt won, and then Ford did win the race at Charlotte. Last lap for Elliott. Imagine that Budweiser crew. There's a race for position.
Yeah, the 26 car of Brett Bodine has...
No, I think that was for position. Bodine is a lap down.
You're right, yeah. Brett is in 5th.
That's what I get to think.
Here comes Elliott off the corner. Checkered flag is waiting. There it is. Elliott wins his 4th consecutive Winston Cup race in 1992.
to this crowd, the 8-time most popular driver in NASCAR. Trying to hang on to get his first wins. Earnhardt runs in second spot. Morgan Shepherd third, Ricky Rudd fourth, and Sterling Marlin in fifth position.
He can almost coast around now and make it, Terry. Yeah, if it blows up now, he could probably coast to the start-finish line.
45th annual Southern 500 comes to a close, and Bill Elliott takes the win as he waves to the crowd for the 2-car today.
2.5 more miles, 3 quarters, Denny Hamlin, white flag.
What an exciting day for him. Sets on pole.
Spins out while leading.
Routine kind of day.
Comes all the way back from 40th.
Look at him flapping in the wind, baby.
And he's still the fastest car on the racetrack.
On Friday, he qualified for the 2007 Budweiser Shootout, a race he won back in February. Another half a lap here, he will be in the 2007 Nextel All-Star Challenge at Lowe's Motor Speedway.
Yeah, he was already, you know, once you win that race, you were exempted from there on. You're in it at the Daytona, but you're not in the All-Star race, and this is going to do it for him because, guys, I think he might be an All-Star.
Denny Hamlin rolls off turn 3, and he joins Dale Jarrett, Bobby Labonte, and Tony Stewart as winners for Joe Gibbs Racing. Hamlin, the rookie, starts on the pole, falls to 40th, then wins the
NASCAR Cup Series. He is 1 lap away from sweeping both races at Pocono. It's only been done 5 times in the long history of the races here. Began racing go-karts at the age of 7, stock cars at the age of 16. That was back in 1997. Came through the driver development program with Joe Gibbs Racing, 5 truck races, 1 Busch race in 2004. Drove 7 Cup races last year, had 3 top 10s, got the attention of not just his team, but the entire garage and a lot of race fans. He's one of the rising stars of the NASCAR Nextel Cup Series, so appreciative of everything that's been done for him. Says he doesn't get emotional until he sees his parents, because they are living the dream with him. Denny Hamlin, teammate to Tony Stewart and J.J. Yaley, driving for Joe Gibbs, coming out of turn 3 for his 2nd career win. He sweeps at Pocono. Denny Hamlin, the race winner of the Pennsylvania 500.
This is the last lap right here, man.
White flag in the air. Leader has it. Jeff Gordon doing everything he can to try and get to Denny Hamlin. Hamlin's last win 32 races ago, won both Pocono events last season.
This is going to be good in 3.
Ball 1. You can do it.
Gordon right on the bumper.
Oh, Hamlin slipped just a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be enough.
Oh, Gordon looked to the inside, couldn't get there. Hamlin gets loose. They charge to the line. Denny Hamlin wins. 2 tires before.
Rear bumper. He's going to get there, but that's all he can do.
Last lap, he's coming hard. He's half second back.
Coming hard. Don't mess up. Hamlin got a good run off turn 2 that time. Watch this run into turn 3 though, Larry, and he got a slow car in front of you. Gordon's coming. He's looking to the high. He's going to diamond it off, but it's not. It's too little, too late.
The grandfather clock chimes for Denny Hamlin. He beats Jeff Gordon. Jeff Burton.
White flag, this time by final lap here at Pocono.
White flag one more time.
Well, they've shown that they were the car from the very beginning of this race with Denny Hamlin and Mike Ford, that it was theirs to win. A lot of different things transpired throughout the day. He got himself in position. We see Kevin Harvick and Jimmy Johnson battling for the 12th spot here. Jimmy Johnson made a run up there into the top 10, but started to slip back just a little.
He used a lot of car for quite a few laps there. This battle's still going on here with Mark Martin and Brian Vickers.
Battle for 6th position, final lap. Martin says, I need these 4 points big time, but so does Vickers.
Yeah, one's battling to stay in the top 12. The other one's trying to get himself positioned there. Mark not able to make the pass.
It has been a very difficult week for Denny Hamlin. He lost his grandmother a couple days ago. Very emotional. Didn't want to be here. Wanted to be with the family, but today, Denny Hamlin goes to...
Hamlin takes the white flag. He's 3/4 of a mile away from doing something he's wanted to do since he's a little boy. That's winning on the home racetrack. And there is Brian Vickers back in 7th position. He has an 8-point advantage. He's 1 lap away from being in the chase for the first time in his career. And out of turn 4, the checkered flag goes to Denny Hamlin. He wins it.
He keeps it going, though.
And
get the white flag. Here comes the 18.
And the 34 car of Andretti has crashed and slid across the racetrack. The white flag waving here. And no caution yet. Here they come.
He's got his car coming right in front of these guys. Oh, man, he better hold that thing down there.
And Denny Hamlin will take the win. Johnson second. Here he comes out of turn 4, and Denny Hamlin will take the white flag. 1.5 miles away. And there is Jimmy Johnson 1 lap away from making history. So Denny Hamlin will come down the back straightaway. And barring incident, Hamlin will come down and take the checkered flag for his 4th win in 2009. But folks, the story is history being made by a driver, Jimmy Johnson. There comes Hamlin. Open up the history books, folks. On a November night in 2009, Jimmy Johnson is a 4-time.
Cut down if he can get down in that hole right there.
Looks like Kenseth's is going to shut the door. Gordon walks up the racetrack. Here comes Kenseth to the inside with Hamlin following.
Everybody bumped everybody. Here comes Logano. Hamlin inside. Jeff Gordon.
Kenseth overdrove the corner. Here comes Hamlin.
It is Hamlin. Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano take the white flag. The next flag ends it.
Well, Larry,
3 wide into the corner behind them.
I guess we'll be heading to victory circle.
About 5-0 to 20.
Oh, Lordy, what a mess. Never would have thought it.
2 of the Gibbs cars are going to end up 1-2. Denny Hamlin, Joey Logano,
what a
Jeff Gordon, Van Newman, Truex.
It's going to be mighty, mighty close. 1 to go. One's driving offensively and one's driving defensively.
Last week, Denny Hamlin had to be helped into his car. He's got to get half a lap more out of it.
Man,
Johnson closing hard.
Look at the run he got off turn 2. He'll go to the high side through 3 and 4.
He's going to be right on his bumper, but he isn't going to make it.
Denny Hamlin off turn number 4. Playing hurt for Coach Joe Gibbs. Hamlin delivers on time. He wins in Texas.
The 0-11 car.
White flag. Hamlin says the worst part about the recovery from surgery, he has not been able to do his cardio training. So the best training he's done has been behind the wheel. A winner last night and half a lap away from his first weekend sweep in NASCAR's top 2 divisions.
If this is the toughest track we go to, this cat has tamed it last night and tonight.
Off turn 4 for the final time. Denny Hamlin.
All we do is win.
Wins the Showtime Southern 500. His 11th career victory.
Another attempt at a green-white checker finish. Hamlin leads, white flag in the air. 2.5 miles to win number 4 in 2010 for Denny Hamlin.
Harvick's car is just a little too free to run up on Tony. He got a little bit loose right there in the middle.
Is Kyle weaving the car?
He had been cutting it. Oh, big. Big.
Casey. Greg Biffle involved. Mark Martin is there. No caution has come out. They're going to let him race back as Gordon piles in, and now the caution.
6. You knew that was going to be big when you saw the 9 coming back across the racetrack.
Denny Hamlin came here as a rookie in 2006. He won both poles that year and won both races. Career win number 12 for Hamlin comes in his 4th at Pocono. He wins the Gillette.
That's what we do. And I'm going to tell you what, since that time, he's backed it up week in and week out. All they do is win.
It was a tough start to 2010 for Denny Hamlin. A win at Martinsville, a knee surgery, and the domination has kicked in. In the last 10 races, no one has been more dominant than Denny Hamlin. And the domination continues today. Win number 5 for Denny Hamlin.
He's been saying that a lot on the radio.
He's been saying that a lot.
Green. Well, the cars have been driving good in that last lap, and this racetrack gives them a lot of room to race on.
Less than 3/4 of a mile, and you're looking at the #1 seed, Denny Hamlin, because he will take over that spot with the 10 bonus points. Down into turn number 3 for the last time. Matt Kenseth right in front of him there, and around the corner, and he'll be looking at the checkered flag for his 6th win. He's going to have just one more lap to go.
And white flag
for Denny Hamlin. He is looking for his 15th career win. Down the backstretch for the last time. He's going to pull the points championship to within 6. Here he comes through the final corner.
You're back, baby.
And he is back as he wins race number 6, 2010. White flag out, 1 lap to go. Right now, it's Hamlin out front. Harvick's in the 6th position. Jimmy Johnson's all the way back in 10th. The points are going to change. Coming down the backstretch. The last time Jimmy Johnson was not the point leader following race number 7 in the chase was 2005. And we've only got 2 corners to negotiate. And Denny Hamlin is going to make a statement saying, if the drive for 5 is alive, you're going to have to come through me.
Around and make a pit stop. White flag is out. Denny Hamlin leading.
And it's these 2 guys right now. Because Kyle is far enough back, he's not going to be a factor.
Well, he's going to take a look on the outside. Yeah, slipped up a little bit. Had to take the shot, though. He made a run at it.
He rode in on him, and right when he gets to him, you just lose that nose a little bit.
Matt Kenseth going to have one more try as they go into turn 3. This time he's going to go low. Hamlin washes up the racetrack. Here comes Matt Kenseth to the inside. He cannot make it stick.
Oh,
Kenseth sideways, and here comes Denny Hamlin with his first win of 2011 in Michigan.
Flag for Hamlin. Can he make it 1 more mile?
One lap short for the 29. Watch for others.
30 all the way back.
78's out over on the back over there.
Harvick still second, 3 seconds back. Hamlin with a 3-second lead and 8 seconds up on Greg Biffle.
Hamlin's home free. And
for his 18th career win, Denny Hamlin delivers. Checkered flag in Phoenix.
Harvey's going to hang on for 2nd.
Flag 1 more.
I'll surprise him. He thinks I'm going to do that on the last lap. I'm going to do it now.
It was the right time. It was the right move. The car just would not stick for him. 1-lapped car in front of them as 2 Toyotas duel to the finish on the final lap in Kansas. Jimmy Johnson 3 back. Here goes Truex again. He's going to try it. Right down to the bottom. They're almost even. He slides up a car length back, and that's all he's got. Denny Hamlin gets his 19th career Sprint Cup win and his 2nd of the season.
Hamlin's shown he's had one of the best cars, if not the best, all night. One of the few cars his drivers able to make some passes on the inside when they needed to. A huge Bristol win. After a late pass for the lead, checkered flag is up. Denny Hamlin wins the night race at Bristol. 1 more lap to go. Gordon desperately needs this win. Trying to get to Hamlin. Half a lap left.
Got a good run off, too.
Oh, he's got a great finishes at Atlanta off turn 4. Can he hook it up? No. Denny Hamlin takes the checkered flag and wins at Atlanta.
1 more, 2.5 seconds.
As Denny Hamlin takes the white flag, 1 lap to go.
Yeah, just a great job by this driver. We've talked about how good he is at this racetrack. He put all of those good skills to use today.
Yeah, and so did his team. Best pit stop of the day, and by far the best handling race car.
And the winner of the 2nd race in the chase has gone on to win the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Championship the last 3 consecutive years. Twice by Jimmy Johnson, once by Tony Stewart. The 2nd chase race in 2012
goes to Denny Hamlin in New Hampshire. Hamlin is on the final lap. Remember, it was in the last race in 2010 when Denny lost the championship to Jimmy Johnson that a lot of folks thought broke his stride for the following year. Had a tough year in 2011. Now Denny's going to end 2013 if nothing goes wrong in this final half lap with a win that just might set him on his stride heading into 2014 after a tough year this year.
Yeah, very well could. What a great performance they've had here today.
Dominated the second half of the race along with Dale Jr., held him off at the end. Checkered flag, career win 23, Denny Hamlin, your winner at Homestead Miami Speedway.
Here they come.
Whoa, whoa, trouble, trouble.
Justin Allgaier. And there is debris on the racetrack, plastic from Allgaier's car.
No caution, white flag in the air, they're racing back.
Daryl, there's a half of a bumper laying right in the middle of the front straightaway right before the start-finish line.
Don't see a caution flag yet. I don't see anything happening. It's all green.
It's just a piece of plastic.
Here we go.
Caution wave.
Caution's out. Caution's out. Stay in front here.
White flag. Could be big right here. He's going to go for the outside.
Lap car ahead, Landon Castle. Will he yield the top or the bottom? Single file off turn number 2. Keselowski looking. He's got to send it in on the outside. That's his one shot. He gets to the bumper, crosses over. Hamlin, he gives Hamlin a hit, and Denny holds on to win.
That was short track.
One more lap from Chicagoland. What an incredible call for the 11 team to stay out. Denny Hamlin looking to punch his ticket into round 2 of the chase for the Sprint Cup.
Your marks. It will not get to you.
Spotter letting him know, just hit your marks. You've got a comfortable lead. Denny Hamlin, Carl Edwards, Kurt Busch, but this time it's Hamlin that will win at Chicagoland. Here comes the 20 of Matt Kenseth.
Can't do it.
No, he just doesn't have enough of a push. He's going to have to back up to that car behind him and get that push, but he's trying.
He wants that 4 car to help him. Here he goes.
Next flag ends the race.
I just don't think he can do it from the outside.
He might be able to get up to 3rd, maybe 2nd. I just don't know if he's going to get all the way up to the lead, but here he comes.
Got to run down the back. It's going to be a drag race off turn 4, but I just don't see him being able to pull it off.
He's getting a big push. He's getting a big push.
He's coming. He's up to 2nd.
Hamlin a 2nd. Up
Watch
high.
the inside. Watch the inside. Mark Truex Jr. 3 wide.
Truex to the bottom. No, red.
Kenseth saves it. Here they come to the line. This is the finish of the Daytona 500. Side by side, bouncing off each other.
Unbelievable. I think it was Denny Hamlin.
I have it as Hamlin.
By an inch.
Flag goes in the air. 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Into 1. Denny Hamlin with the advantage. Mark Truex Jr. running 2nd, Keselowski 3rd. These 3 have separated themselves. Hamlin trying for a mistake-free lap. Up through the S's. And now to the fastest part of the racetrack. Down the back straight. 180 miles an hour, breaking down to 90. Truex Jr. all over the back bumper of Denny Hamlin now. Into the carousel they go for the final time. Down the chute they go into 6. Hamlin. A car length in front of Furniture Row's Martin Truex Jr. Coming up on the final turn. Martin Truex Jr. is going to be aggressive. Denny Hamlin out front. Aggressive goes around. That's right. Martin Truex Jr. spins. Denny Hamlin will win at the Glen.
All the way up to the 4th position. Is there enough time for him to run down the leader?
Final lap. Through 1 and 2 for the final time. Denny Hamlin. Here comes Kyle Larson. He's boxed in behind the 78 of Martin Truex Jr. Denny Hamlin looking to win in his home state. Out of turn 4, Hamlin wins at Richmond.
Good job, buddy.
Way high into turn 3, trying to get a good run on corner exit.
White flag in the air one more time around.
Can Denny Hamlin hold him off? The lap traffic's going to come into play again. Down the backstretch they go for the final time.
You're all clear. You will not get there.
The spotters don't think he can get there. Denny Hamlin through 3 and 4. Hamlin, he's going to hold off Larson. Hamlin wins in 2017.
Backup car for the
This race will end.
One more time around. 1 lap to go. Sponsored by Credit One Bank. Denny Hamlin struggled to get onto pit road for his final stop. He battled back. He was 20 seconds back from Martin Truex Jr. He was able to chip away at it, lap after lap after lap. And now, going through 3 and 4 for the final time, Denny Hamlin looking for his second Southern 500. Hamlin is going to win at Darlington.
1 lap to go. 2 Connecticut Yankees chasing Hamlin and Busch.
Wow, what a move by Logano. He got under Kyle Busch.
And Preece is coming to help.
All right, and that's what he's going to need. He's got to back up to Preece. He's not going to be able to do it on his own. He's got to get that push from Preece. He's going to have to get on the brakes here, but he's got Kyle Busch in the outside lane.
Logano and Preece grew up together at the quarter midget tracks in Connecticut. And Logano looks low. Top lane gets spilled. It's Kyle. Kyle Busch in the top lane. Logano on the bottom. McDowell, the second yellow car. Where will he go?
So interesting that McDowell decided to go with Kyle Busch, but here comes Eric Jones on the inside. Denny Hamlin.
Hamlin off turn number 4. No, side-by-side battle to the finish. This time, Denny Hamlin wins his second Daytona 500 and wins it for Coach. And Hendrick Motorsports started up front. 2 in the top 6. 1 lap to go. White flag sponsored by Credit One Bank.
You said it, Daryl. He has a way of coming back.
I don't know how he does it, but they do it a lot.
A double penalty day and a checkered flag for Denny Hamlin. Joe Gibbs Racing and Toyota.
One more lap around. Hamlin, Jones, Truex Jr. 1, 2, 3.
Here they come, final time off the end of the front straightaway. Does everybody have enough fuel? Further back, almost down, onto the apron is Kyle Larson. Larson trying to regroup as Denny Hamlin brings him off turn 1 for the final time this afternoon here in Pocono.
Headed toward the tunnel turn for the final time. Denny Hamlin, all 8 cylinders still hitting here. Still got the fuel to keep this car going. His teammate, Eric Jones, also close on fuel right in his tracks as they exit the tunnel turn. Everybody's still up to speed.
The long racetrack, though, still time to run out of fuel. Will these guys have enough fuel to get to the end? Denny Hamlin has this race in hand as long as he has enough fuel.
Right behind him, Eric Jones looking for his first ever win in the Cup Series. But Denny Hamlin is going to be the spoiler today. His 34th career win. Trying to catch up to that 11. A lot of traffic as they come up on 1 lap to go. And very tight for Denny Hamlin. The checkered flag will fly. Hamlin wins it.
Keselowski having trouble. He's really slow.
The white flag came out. Now it's Denny Hamlin trying to hold off the 9 of Chase Elliott. Here comes Kyle Busch as well. Down the backstretch for the final time.
Oh,
a good run by the 18. Kyle Busch with momentum. Here comes Chase Elliott. Denny Hamlin up the racetrack.
Look at the points.
Out of turn 4. Denny Hamlin will win at Kansas.
Great restart. Under pressure. Got it. Now 1 to go.
1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. 1 more time around 1 mile at ISM Raceway for Denny Hamlin to keep his championship dreams alive. The 18 trying to use those 4 fresh tires. But it's still 3 car lengths separating Denny Hamlin and Kyle Busch. Through 3 and 4 the final time. Denny Hamlin has done it. He's won his way into the championship 4.
White flag under green. Next flag will end the race, and Newman is there.
Newman's gotten locked onto his rear bumper just like he did. Oh, wrecking behind Chase Elliott around.
Spinning around,
No
still
caution
green.
yet.
Still green.
Still green, and here they come.
And here comes Blaney.
Ryan Blaney up behind Ryan Newman, trying to get him to Hamlin.
Newman backed up to Blaney. Big run coming here.
To the inside, Newman to the front.
Nothing Denny Hamlin could do. What can Ryan Blaney now do? Here comes a push from Denny Hamlin. Oh, this thing's not over yet. Not at all.
Ryan Newman off turn 4 for the final time. Blaney to the outside, to the inside. Here comes Hamlin up the outside.
Wow.
Crash into the wall, into the air goes Newman.
Upside down.
In a shower of sparks on his roof, Ryan Newman comes across the line, 4th. And comes to rest. Denny Hamlin will go to victory lane. NASCAR has called the race for rain, and Hamlin will pick up his 39th career win tonight. 2nd of the season after winning the Daytona 500.
Could just pull you right into it.
White flag waves, 1 lap to go, sponsored by Credit One Bank. Blaney coming for 2nd. To the inside of Chase Elliott. And back up in line. Tyler Reddick has fallen 2.5 behind them. And here comes Hamlin. Denny Hamlin, 40th career win at Homestead, Miami. Something at the top of the day with lightning and rain I didn't think we'd see. The white flag. 1 to go, brought to you by Credit One Bank.
Yeah, Mike, I really thought this race was going to, even when we got going after the rain delay, it was going to be a shorter race than a full-length race. Pretty amazing.
Not counting the road courses, it's the longest last lap in NASCAR. 2.5 miles around the tri-cornered Pocono Raceway.
Boy, Denny Hamlin, what a season he is having, coming off a strong season. Just came up short for that championship last year. Is this the year that maybe he can get that done for the first time? But he loves this racetrack here at Pocono, Mike.
And Denny Hamlin is going to tie Jeff Gordon as the all-time Pocono winner with 6.
Bank. Denny Hamlin in position to win his 5th race of 2020. The gap still a half a second between 1st and 2nd. Denny Hamlin's successes this year started off with another Daytona 500 win. He says one of the biggest things he wants to do this year is be able to celebrate with his crew, because he knows that's who's getting him up front, giving him fast cars. They've done it again. He's done it again. Kansas winner, Denny Hamlin.
What a dream, man.
1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. He's seen the white flag again. 5 wins already in 2020. Looks as though he's going to tie Kevin Harvick for the most wins in 2020. Harvick has 6. Denny Hamlin looking for his 6th. As you mentioned, he had never won at the Monster Mile before. Momentum definitely on his side as Denny Hamlin comes out of 4. And Denny Hamlin will once again see the checkered flag. He wins at the Monster Mile.
Quarter panel, that's going to pull the 17 off the 21.
It separates them. White flag one more time around at Talladega.
Eric Jones to the inside here.
Jones is now going to push the 21. Now it's a matter of how long. The Wood brothers and Matt DiBenedetto out front at Talladega.
No organization right now. Look at this outside line. Oh, we got a car in the wall, the back straightaway. Cody Ware. Here comes the 17 and the 24. They're going to try to block.
Eric
in
gets
the wall.
up into the wall. Now the 24, a big run. He slides. They make more contact. 3 wide as they come out of 4.
Hamlin to the inside. Side draft coming from the 24 car.
Denny Hamlin. William Byron through the tri-oval coming up to the stripe. And as they go across the stripe, a photo finish. Denny Hamlin gets the nod by 23 one-thousandths of a second.
No way.
It's 1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. Denny Hamlin, 1 1/3 miles away from his first win of 2021. A near perfect race for Denny Hamlin. Entering the playoffs, he was second in the regular season, but one of only 3 drivers that were winless, and now he's slow on the track. The 5 right up behind him. Smoke coming out from Larson. Larson up against the wall. It's a drag race to the checkered flag. Denny Hamlin's going to win it. As they come up on 1 lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank, Denny Hamlin with a 0.3 of a second lead over Chase Elliott. Down the Nellis straightaway for the final time. Denny Hamlin in round 1 was able to win the first race and guarantee him a spot in the next round. He's going to do it in round 2. Hamlin's going to win at Vegas.
Where will Hamlin go?
Kevin's got to run.
Kevin's looking to the bottom.
Almirola moved up. Hamlin made a clean pass.
That's it.
Within 2 car lengths. Not enough. Turn 3, final time.
Will not get there.
Wow.
Now that's a different
Towner, Denny Hamlin.
we heard.
Checkered flag for Hamlin.
Well, he don't have to hear from us anymore, huh? Him up.
Coming to the white flag.
A flag, no help. Either one direction.
Next flag ends the race.
Man, Denny drove it up in there. Same thing, just like early in the race. Kyle Busch gets loose on the outside. Power move by Denny Hamlin.
He's got no help by 2.
The longest and one of the most exciting Coca-Cola 600s ever comes down to the final corner. Denny Hamlin, Kyle Busch, teammates at Joe Gibbs Racing, and they come to the line. Hamlin wins by 2 car lengths.
What a race.
Hell yeah, team!